Hello again, guys and gals. You're here on the Empire with me, Dave, and it's time for a game review. This week we are looking at another PS4 exclusive coming to you from Guerrilla Games with their epic post-apocalyptic RPG action-adventure Horizon Zero Dawn, which we have played on both the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. All footage is captured from the PS4 Pro at 1080p, and we have aimed to make this review as spoiler-free as possible. Horizon Zero Dawn casts you as Aloy, an outcast from her tribe, the Nora, and raised by an old warrior in the heart of their protected sacred lands in a little corner of post-apocalyptic Earth. She seeks to re-enter the tribe and get the answers to understand why she was cast out from the tribe at birth. To do so, she must enter a coming-of-age ritual called the Proving to earn her place in the tribe. This sets the scene for the main events in the game, and believe me, there is certainly no shortage of events in this game from the outset. The story will be the main driver of your adventures in this game, but it's ultimately a large, open world for you to explore, littered with interesting little alcoves, ruins of old cities, and herds of robot animals. Yes, robot animals. Remnants of the old civilizations, or the metal world as it is described by the inhabitants of the game. Some are docile, some spook, and others, well, they don't spook so much. These animals provide you with hunting, and the resources that come along with it can be used for bartering and upgrading your weapons and gear. The size of the game map was initially a concern to me. It's massive. Whilst playing the opening missions, I was running between places and wondering how long it would take me to get to the other side of the map. Thankfully, new modes of transport became available at key points throughout the game, and you'll be galloping across the land just before you get bored of running everywhere. As you can see from the video, the graphics are quite exceptional in this game. The PS4 Pro does have a noticeable performance edge over the standard PS4, especially if you're feeding it through a 4K TV thanks to the upscaling. But even on the standard PS4, there is no denying that it's pretty. Like, achingly pretty. Character models are detailed, well animated, and well voice acted. Aloy, particularly, is a superb character and an excellent protagonist for the game. Interaction between characters will be familiar to anyone who has played a Mass Effect game. In fact, it occurred to me that in a lot of ways, Horizon Zero Dawn is something of a greatest hits of several other game styles. Combat and moving around the world reminded me of Assassin's Creed, thanks to Aloy's dynamic movement and handiness with weaponry. Storyline and conversations reminded me of Mass Effect. Character development and upgrades reminded me of Far Cry, and loot items reminded me of Diablo or Destiny with their scale of rarity. What is really noticeable about this game is that Guerrilla have taken all of these elements and combined them to create something unique and wholly greater than the sum of its parts. It would have been so easy for them to mess up any one of these elements, but I am happy to report that they have not. I have very few criticisms of this game, and the ones I do have are trivial. Once or twice the audio sync was lost mid-conversation for a couple of sentences, and it took me a while to get used to some of the controls, particularly with the camera at the early stages, but that's honestly about it. This game is an experience. It's single player only, there's no online component. Just you, Aloy, and an enchanting and captivating story. If you've been looking for a new and interesting game with some outstanding storytelling, brilliant mechanics, and some just incredible amounts of content for you to work your way through, this should definitely be on your list. I used to think that Naughty Dog were the best first-party studio for PlayStation games. Guerrilla have really gone and thrown a cat amongst the pigeons for me here. This game is nothing short of a masterpiece, and as such, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. Thanks for listening. This was Dave.